Hello, everybody. I am very excited to welcome you to session number 15A of the Ready Persona 1 tabletop campaign. As you can see, we have a more intimate set of players, number of players here. Ethan is here, but joining Ethan today is going to be classic gamer, also known as Alex, who did play as Frankie in our private previous campaign, the Athenaeum tabletop campaign. Alex, thank you so much for having us.
Oh, thanks for having me.
And for those of you who are interested in checking out their campaign, I'll have links below of not only the campaign playlist, but also the auditions playlist if you want to see how Alex got into this campaign to begin with. For those of you who are completely confused and have no idea what the heck is going on, as a tradition in my campaigns every year, we do what we call a crossover session where the characters from the current campaign somehow cross over into the world of the previous campaign and shenanigans happen. So we actually split the party up just in order to make things a little bit more manageable and hopefully a lot more convenient for the players to do some solid role playing instead of throwing 10 people into a Zoom chat all at once. Uh, so, what's going to happen is that Forrest is going to find himself in, well, I wouldn't say Frankie's world necessarily, but more on that in a moment. Um, I guess that segues pretty well into our warm up question, which is for Alex or to tell us what exactly has Frankie and company been up to? Uh, because a year has passed since the end of the campaign. Just give us like a high level summary of what's been going on. And as for Ethan, your question that you can think about while Alex is answering his question is um, so there are multiple worlds. The beauty of the Athenaeum campaign is that the premise is every single PC comes from a different genre of a storybook, and they jump from world to world, kind of Kingdom Hearts style. Each world is very different from each other. So Frankie comes from a sci-fi dystopian future with a little bit of romance mixed in. Star is from the romance slash musical genre. Sam is from the mystery genre. Tori is from the horror genre. Black Powder is from the pirate fantasy genre. And then Lonic is actually, believe it or not, from a video game strategy guide. So that's a whole genre in and of itself. And we also sort of had a bonus genre, um, which was a children's storybook genre that was Kiwi's character B. Think Sesame Street kind of thing. So my question for Ethan is, if you, the player, could have picked any of those worlds to jump into, not necessarily with Frankie, but if you could have picked any of those worlds, which world would you have thought would be most interesting or more fun, most fun to play as Forrest in?
Frankie does come from this sci-fi kind of teen trilogy a la Hunger Games type of story. And it is a cross between kind of like that teen romance sci-fi with the Frankenstein story. So Frankie is an amalgamation of different soldiers, this rebellion that occurred, and Victor is the person who created Frankie to be this kind of weapon initially, and then kind of goes through this programming change where he becomes more of a protector. And that's where Frankie kind of meets the rest of the Athenian crew, and he goes through a whole evolution of change, learning about himself and yeah, so him and Victor are an item. They are a couple, and there was this very kind of strange kind of creator creation dynamic that happened, and a romance flourished. And so after our campaign ended, they went off Frankie really wanted to pull Victor out of their world and go into the other worlds and experience what he had experienced. And they ended up in Black Powder's world, where they found Jim, who was an NPC for Black Powder. And now they have their own small vessel, which they named the Agatha. So it is Agatha in memory of a character who, spoilers, kind of perished, and very important to the story of Frankie's story. And so, yeah, they've just been kind of surviving the treacherous waters of Black Powder's world and having a good time.
Yeah, in a twist, we are not going to be, at least to start, we're not going to start in Frankie's world. We're actually going to be starting in Black Powder's pirate fantasy world. But we will get to that in a moment. Ethan, would you like to answer your warm-up question?
I out of the other worlds you have introduced to me, I think the most interesting one to experience would probably be like a film noir. That film noir you described. I don't remember how you described
Sam's, which is kind of like
investigator
mystery noir. He's very noir, very black and white. Yes.
I feel like that would be the most interesting for us to explore, and also especially yellow. But I don't think yellow's here right now. Maybe. So.
Very cool. One thing that we always do every time is we draw from the tarot deck. So I will allow Ethan to do it this time, just because this is like a fun thing that we do, and it gives him special bonuses.
I forgot today. Wow. Okay. So I drew the Hermit.
The Hermit. Very nice. The Hermit is associated with Rook. It gives you extra effort power, or it gives you +1 to factionless. Technically, everyone here is factionless. So if you just want to use it, just get +1 to everything for today. Totally up to you. So Alex, Frankie and Victor and the rest of the crew are on the Agatha right now. You're out at sea. Can you give me like a reason why you're out at sea? Are you just going on vacation? Are you on a mission? Are you anything that you want? It doesn't really matter to me. Whatever excuse you have of being out and about.
Well, of course, we are in this fantasy adventure world, so we have to be chasing down a treasure.
Yeah, I love it. Nice.
It's a must.
Okay. You're chasing down a treasure. I'll give you some time to think about what that treasure could be, because I'm very open about it. So Forrest, the last thing that you remember is you were falling. You just had this very bizarre memory dive, mentalist dive into Michael Stoll's head, and you accidentally completely altered reality and tore open portals to other dimensions. Not that you necessarily know that that's what you did. I'll leave it up to you how aware you are of what happened exactly. And at some point, everything blacks out, and you just briefly go unconscious. You don't know how long you're unconscious for. And as you start to regain your consciousness, the first thing that you notice is the smell of sea water. The smell of seawater and brine. And the floor that you're on is kind of cold, wooden, and you can feel a relatively steady, back and forth sensation, as if you're in a boat. And the very first things that you see when your eyes start to readjust itself and can perceive what's happening in your surroundings, you find yourself surrounded by what looks like maybe some crates or some barrels of some sort. You're basically where they are storing the food right now.
Okay. All right. It's dark in here, right?
I wouldn't say it's pitch black. I would say it's dimly lit. You can still make out what's around you.
I could probably smell the pickled,
Mm-hmm.
salted meats, pickled
Mm-hmm.
goods, and all these things are bombarding my senses, and it's just, wow. What is going on? Gonna get up from my position and just kind of check in my surroundings, kind of try to remember what was going on. Why am I here? What's going on? And is there a door? Do I see anybody around at first, I should say?
You roll a perception. Perception, hearing. We'll say hearing and seeing. You can roll for those separately if you'd like.
Okay. My hearing would be a 18.
Okay.
My visual, wow, okay, also an 18. Oh,
Okay.
both times.
Let's start with your visual. The
Okay.
first thing that you notice, and I don't know how you'd react to this, is that you don't have any clothes anymore. You are completely naked. Um, the other thing that you notice is that your body itself is different. So you're still a dragonborn, but you're a bit more muscular. You're a bit huskier. You've got a little bit more like muscle. Um, and you have your hands. I don't know how well manicured they were before, but
Very.
they now are sharp claws. Like you're gonna have to be careful where you swing your arm and your hands around because they actually are legitimately sharp claws now.
I spent weeks filing those down. Ah, great.
Your hearing picks up somebody. You hear footsteps. You hear footsteps. Sounds like going down a staircase of some sort
Getting closer?
towards your direction. I don't know if they necessarily are coming to where the food storage area is, but it's almost like it's in the next room over. But the location where you're at is small, so
Okay.
distance wise, they're not that far away. If that makes sense.
Okay. I'm gonna, with as little noise making as possible, kind of get my way through the crowded and crushed area of like food storage and kind of just like put my ear to the door. Do I hear any voices saying things specifically, or is it more like Charlie Brown?
Your perception hearing was an 18, so I'll say that you're going to be able to pick up on it. So I'm gonna say that you're gonna hear two sets of voices, and one of them says, "The crew wants to know if supper's going to be ready soon," and the
No.
uh, the other person says, "I'm cooking the food as fast as I can. There's one of me, and there's about 10 of you. No rush, no rush. We want to make sure that the crew is well fed if we're gonna find that treasure." I know, I know. And
Okay.
he's, you'll hear a bit of more rustling, and the gentleman who is talking to, who you presume is the cook, will say, "Do you want me to fetch that fish for you?" "Aye, that'd be great."
Oh
And
no.
then you'll hear a door swing open.
Oh,
What do you do?
well, I was gonna quickly try to knock on the door. They're
You want
gonna
to knock
swing
on
it
the door?
open.
But you can knock on the door before he grabs the door if you'd like. If you want to do that,
I
that's up.
would like to try to do
So
that.
you're gonna knock on the door, and then the footsteps that were approaching the door on the other side stops. What was that? Um, you don't suppose it's a ghost, do you? Oh, no, 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 no ghosts, no ghosts. The last thing we need out in the sea is this place to be haunted again, he says. "Tori, is that you? Tori, this isn't funny." He's gonna open the door. Are you gonna be like right on the other side of it?
Um, I was gonna start playing some haunting music, but sure.
You can.
I'll be on the other side of the door as a creepy sort of tone, like deep dusk forest, like this brooding doo 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 starts kind of emanating from my direction. Not necessarily haunting, but more just like malicious.
So you positioned yourself such that when the door opens, you are in full view. Is that
Yes.
okay?
All my glory.
Yes. So you will open it. They will open it. The character that you see is. So it's a younger crew member. He looks a little bit more hardened, a little bit rougher around the edges, a little bit more facial hair than what's pictured here. After about a year, he's definitely matured since we last saw him. Out of character, this is Jim, the bosun of Frankie's crew. And as soon as he sees you, he immediately yells out, "Dear God!" And he pulls out a rapier out of his hilt. And there's a chef behind him who had a big giant like cleaver in his hand. And he also like gets into a position to defend himself.
Okay, maybe messing with you wasn't the best idea, but I'm sure I can think of an explanation for this.
Roll a diplomacy.
24 with a -2.
24. Okay. I think I'm gonna say that Jim blinks, and the guy behind him tilts his head, and Jim goes, "You're a dragon, and you're talking. You're a talking dragon."
Well, no, I'm not a dragon. I'm actually dragons. They have wings, they go and they can fly around. They also can breathe fire, something like that. They're also a lot bigger normally. I'm a dragonborn. I don't know where I was going with this. But yeah, hi, I'm here. Where is here? Do you know that? I've had a rough day.
The guy who's in front of you, who pulled out a rapier, he doesn't turn his head. He sort of calls out to the chef and says, "Get Frankie." The chef says, "Right away, sir." And he's gonna scramble
like a really
up.
nice person. It's a lovely name, Frankie. He's really nice, isn't he?
Frankie, you're gonna be up on the top of the deck, I would say. When your cook runs up to you, he's got a very troubled look on his face. "Captain! Captain!"
What is it, Whitebeard?
"We have a dragon in the kitchen, and it talks."
What do you mean a dragon in the kitchen?
There's a dragon, as in, scales.
That's
big
ridiculous.
teeth,
We don't
claws.
have enough room in the kitchen for a dragon.
Okay, it's a small dragon, but it's a small dragon who can talk.
A small dragon who can talk. Well, all dragons can talk. We already know that. We've met a couple.
I haven't personally. I'm new here, remember?
Oh, that's true. I forget who's been on all the missions. Okay, well, let me go talk to this dragon. I'm pretty sure if we offer it something, it may not be angry. They get very, possessive about things.
You better hurry before, it eats Jim.
Okay. Please, can you, watch this sail here? Can you, retie some of this rope real quick? I was making sure that, Foxy didn't mess it up last time. You know how she can be sometimes.
"Aye, Captain," Whitebeard says, and he'll go ahead and help with that.
And then
All right.
Frankie kind of heavy steps it down.
Yeah, why don't you describe for the audience what Frankie looks like these days? Is he exactly the way he's pictured in his image now, or is he a little different?
I'm trying to remember the image that we had for him in BP's world. He kind of looked a bit like this Viking character. But I think that, instead of looking like Conan the Barbarian Viking, he's polished up a little bit because he did go through some, I guess you can call it beautification over the last year. So he looks a little bit more polished, but he still has probably like a very like scruffy beard, and he's just massive. And I don't remember in BP's world if he was still blue or not, but we'll say that he is. We'll say he is blue here.
Okay. You'll come down and you'll see this other creature right in front of Jim. For all intents and purposes, yellow, or not yellow, Forest, excuse me.
I know.
For all intents and purposes, Forest, your appearance looks a lot more like a classic dragon with yellow scales, like D&D like version of a dragon, but obviously medium-sized. You haven't grown any larger other than your muscle mass. But yeah, that's what you see down here. Go ahead, Forrest.
Am I still bipedal?
I would say that you can walk on your hind legs, but it would be a struggle for you. It doesn't feel natural to you to walk that way. You're more of a crawl. That feels more natural to you, but you can certainly work up to it if you'd like.
Oh, okay. That's weird.
Think Tarzan. You know how Tarzan thinks? Tarzan can stand up on two legs, but he feels a lot more agile with, all fours, if that makes any sense to you.
Yeah, it does. Hello. Hi. What's going on? Who are you? Are you Frankie? You seem like a Frankie. Big, hulking Frankie.
That's Captain to you.
Yes, I am Captain Frank.
Captain Frank. Okay.
That is correct.
Wonderful.
I was just about to ask, who are you and how did you get onto our ship?
Right.
Complicated question. Let's break down the first one. Hi. I'm not myself, it seems, but I'm Forest. Hello.
Forest? Like with trees?
Like the woods.
Like the name Forest. Forrest. Thank you very much.
Oh.
Not like the trees. I'm not from around here. I don't know exactly how I got here. I don't really remember too well. I just remember being panicked and then I think I sneezed. I don't remember. Anyway, I'm here now and I don't know why. Am I also naked?
Are you buying any of this, Captain?
Jim, it's okay. I have been through this so many times. Okay, just calm down, Forrest. It's okay.
Yeah,
just relax.
I'm calm. It's fine.
Okay, good.
You're
Jim,
calm,
can you what do you like to eat, Forrest?
I don't know if that's a good subject to get into right now. Jim
Please,
says.
it's okay. When you kind of travel like this, sometimes you get really hungry. You want something to eat.
I'm not. I guess I'm a little hungry now that you
Something to
say
drink.
that. Well, I don't drink alcohol.
You really are from this world, are you?
What world are you from? What book?
He's from a book.
From
okay,
my
that makes more
world?
sense.
What are you talking about? A book?
Well, yes, that's what normally happens.
What
You're from the
normally
library.
happens?
There must be a book. There's got to be a new book or something that was put on the shelf.
I don't understand what you're talking about.
Talk about complicated. But you must be from somewhere.
I think I saw a book.
Did
But
you come alone?
yes and no. I got separated from the rest of my friends, and I don't know where they are right now. And I think there are multiple books.
Are they also dragons?
No, none of us are dragons. I guess it's weird thing going on with like the talons and I don't know. I guess maybe dragonborns don't exist in your world. So it was like, you know what? Just cross out the born and like, bam, you're a dragon now.
I'm gonna say that your balance is a little bit off at the moment for us, only because you probably are not used to having a big long tail, which you now have.
Oh,
Uh, very long tail, and it's spiky as well.
oh dear. Oh no. Oh,
What is it?
tail. Do you
Yes, we
see
see
how
you have
big
a
it
tail.
is?
Oh,
Be honest.
yes.
Does it make me look fat?
Well, do you think the tail is what makes you look fat?
You normally don't have a tail,
It's not this long.
so what do you normally look like?
Kind of like you, except I look more like a lizard, and I also got like a little tail. It's not this long. Maybe kind of like wiggle it a
That
little.
happens sometimes when you go in some of into and out of our worlds. You change. I changed so many times. It's okay. You get used to it.
So you're an expert, you'd say.
Oh yeah. After a year or so of doing it, you get pretty good at it.
A year?
Oh yeah.
So you could take me home.
I'm pretty sure there's a way. We probably just have to find a bookmark.
Well, that's cryptic.
No, it's a bookmark. It's from
I
where you're
know
from.
what a bookmark is.
Oh, I don't know. Sometimes people know what things are, and sometimes people don't know what they are. Depends on when you're from. Like, I don't know if in your world you have bookmarks or not.
Bookmarks? We have tons of books. We have books up the wazoo. Nobody reads them anymore, but they're all sitting on shelves in dusty old libraries.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, we just find your bookmark with your world on it. It's a symbol of your world. And then you get to go home.
I don't even know what a symbol of my world would be. I don't.
That's strange.
A lot of
You
things are
Well,
strange.
what is your world like?
What's my world like?
Yes. Where are you from?
I'm from a place called Arcadia.
Arcadia. Okay.
Eden? You ever heard of it?
Like the Garden of Eden?
Yes, it's paradise.
Not really. It's kind of like a normal place, but everybody just kind of sucks and not want to deal with
That
things.
sounds like this world too, Jim says.
Sounds like they did not name it correctly.
I don't know what you guys are talking about when it comes to a book or a library. I don't come from a book. I'm not a character in a story, okay? Like, I'm much more three-dimensional, living, breathing person. Like, I'm here, you know? Like, I'm
Jim
not
just
sure.
gives Frankie a look. Right.
I give him a look back like, Listen, we all had to come to terms with that reality a long time ago. It's okay. I mean, you are real. It's okay.
We're all real.
Real. But there is a reason you are here, right? Like, what is your purpose? You have a mission or something, or a problem. There's always a problem.
I think I solved my problem by creating a new one, as in I have no idea where I am. We found out that... Okay, I'm not sure. You're talking about a library. We just have, like, world things going on? like a different parallel universe. There's things going on. I don't know quite what's going on, but like
Parallel universe?
yeah, like ours,
This
but it's dead and like
Okay, this is the part where I think he's starting to lose me. This sounds more like Victor speak than Jim speak.
Vic, okay. Okay.
I mean, Victor is the smart one. That's for sure.
Oh, good. Finally.
Victor is the smart one. Should we get him? Do you want me to get him?
Sure. Call him. I'll stay here.
Okay. Just you're gonna be okay. Yeah, you'll be okay by yourself. What am I thinking?
It's okay.
I'll be right back, Captain, and Jim will go up the steps.
Listen, Forrest, it's okay. I understand your confusion. I have been there multiple times. I've moved from world to world to world to world many, many times, and it can be really, really hard. But in order for us to help you, one thing's for sure is we have to find your bookmark, and it only shows when you really need something. So you have a problem of some kind that we have to help you with. And then we find your bookmark.
I got like 20 different problems, and none of them I don't think can be solved here. Like, well, I guess
point.
one.
Maybe it's not here.
Somebody tried to kill us, so I think I accidentally. Oh no.
Were you in Tori's world? That's where everybody tried to kill you.
Tori?
And definitely you don't want to get separated in that world. Believe me.
I don't know who Tori is. So, no? I don't know a Tori. I know, a Gabriel. A Gabriel stole. I know, a Rook. He's not a nice person, though. He's like a bird person. Although in your world, he'd probably be a griffin or something.
Maybe that's in Star's world. That's where all the animals go. Well,
All the
you
animals?
become an animal. It's very strange.
I mean, we had, like, Loxodon, like, elephant people, but a lot of people were kind of just like you're like a human. I think that was most of the population. There's like elves and stuff. And do you know what an elf is?
Elves. See, that sounds like a Star World thing. That's where all the pixies and elves and crazy little creatures live.
Now those sound familiar. Those are like, those things sound familiar. I think pixies went extinct a while ago, but I don't know my history very well.
One of my good friends is a pixie.
Oh, well then, if you know one, then maybe that's not the world that I'm from.
Well, it's the world they're from.
Okay. Well...
So maybe you were dropped in the wrong world. You were supposed to go there, but you ended up here.
I don't know where I was supposed to go. I just kind of panicked, and then... Well, when I panic, bad things happen. As we figured out.
It'll be at this point that footsteps will come down the steps again, lighter than Jim's, and you will see another young man, Forrest, appear who looks like this, and he immediately, as soon as he lays his eyes on you, his eyes go wide, and he goes, "Fascinating. It's a topaz dragon."
Sure, honey. Whatever you say.
These things are rare, super rare, and they also are known to have psionic abilities. Just like you, actually.
Oh. So maybe you were supposed to end up on the ship. Ooh, for
Okay.
good luck?
Huh?
Well, it's supposed to bring good luck, maybe to the ship, as opposed to the ghost.
Okay. I was just playing. Like, the ghost thing was like... Forget the ghost thing! I was stupid. I shouldn't have done it. Topaz dragon. Like I know that's the color of my scales, but I mean I'm not necessarily normal colored in my world. Topaz is a very rare color for a dragonborn to be. In fact, the only one that I know is like my grandfather
So
and then one other person.
so you don't refer to yourself as a topaz dragon? What do you call yourself then?
No, I'm just well, it it looks bad. Like it looks like I'm a dragon. It looks bad, but I'm actually a dragonborn. We're like humans, but dragon-ish. Do I have wings?
Yes, you do.
Oh
Out of
my
character, you do.
goodness, and I have wings. Holy crap.
I think if you try to spread your wings, this is a pretty cramped space. So maybe
Yeah.
you'll accidentally knock over some pots or pans of
Oh,
some
oh,
sort.
oh dear. I'm sorry. Oh, just do the thing where like every time you turn around to try to
It just
grab
it'll
something, it
it'll
creates
hit
more.
others. It'll hit more
Oh,
pans.
oh dear. Oh, oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, calm down, calm down. Clearly, you are very confused, but intelligent too, which is great. That helps. So, somebody, Jim was just saying that you're from a different world, but you
Different.
need a parallel universe.
I don't know. I'm just throwing things out there. I'm not the smartest person. You ask Gabriel what's going on, he'll tell you.
Who's
He's
Gabriel?
he's a friend of mine. He's Gabriel Stoll. He's a programmer. He magician a little bit. I think he's technically an artificer. I'm not really into it.
Artificer.
Those
Huh.
things sound familiar to you? Maybe?
Programmer, artificer for
Programmer.
sure. Look, I know you have a lot of questions. I have a lot of questions too. You're here by yourself?
As far as I know. Hopefully, nothing terrible follows me in. But,
Okay, so I
I'll say
guess
yes.
what was the last thing you remember before you ended up here, I guess? Let's start with that.
It gets a little fuzzy, but I remember when we were hypnotizing Michael, Gabriel's father, and we were going through his memories. And then one of the memories started acting bad. And it was something about how his program was not necessarily accessing like memory banks or computer data things. It was actually like a parallel universe that they were interacting with something, and I don't really remember. I think it attacked us and I tried to fight back.
You were in
And I
somebody's memories, then something within the memory tried to attack you, and then you just ended up here?
yeah, I think I accidentally used one of my abilities. And, I mean, I've used it before, but it's never been like this. Normally, it's just like I breathe something and it kind of like messes with things around me in ways that are weird and don't entirely make sense because they look fine, but then they're not fine, and then I'm getting ahead of myself. Um, what was the question again? I'm sorry. I think I've gone off on a tangent.
I'm just trying to figure out what got you here to begin with, and what was the last thing you remembered.
I
You
rem-
said that you think you did something, but
yeah, I, 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 I mean, Dragonborn are kind of like dragons. They have a breath weapon, right? Like they can breathe. Like I mean, red dragons breathe fire. Green dragons breathe acid. Cold dragons, white, right? That's what. I don't know. I don't know dragons. But like we breathe something. I mean, typically, I think Topaz is actually supposed to breathe like a poison gas, but I'm not like most Topaz Dragonborn. I mean, my scales aren't entirely normally Topaz either. They're kind of just yellow. Um, but yeah, I breathe and it kind of just distorts reality. And it's kind of freaky. And I think I may have distorted reality a little bit too much because now I'm not where I'm supposed to be.
You
This is
can
wonderful.
so hold on. You can breathe and distort reality just by breathing? I've
I don't
never
like
heard
doing it.
I've never heard of a creature who could do that. Can you show me?
I don't want to
Why not?
because it's very dangerous and it could very possibly kill you. It already killed somebody I loved and I couldn't control it.
Yeah, we don't do it in here, not below deck.
I don't do it at all. I don't ever do it except for, well, accidentally in moments of panic.
I understand that. I'm just trying to come up with solutions. If you think whatever you did, this breath ability you have, got you here in the first place, I'm just trying to collect data to see if there's a way to get you back.
So you're like a scientist then.
I used to be back in the day, kind
Oh,
of.
you and Gabriel could have some conversations then. Oh man, back in the day?
It's. I mean, I'm sort of like on a year-long vacation from it, I guess. Every now and then, I still love learning things. I still love, investigating mysteries of the world and stuff. I'm not actually from here either. Truth be told, neither is Frankie. This whole world is completely new to us too, and for
Okay.
me, it's just really awesome just to be able to discover new things in a totally different universe. So, kind of why we're here, just exploring,
Oh, okay.
but
Well, I can respect curiosity,
but
but
obviously you're not here on purpose.
not entirely, no. Um, yeah, not entirely.
Okay,
Um,
well look, if you don't want to use your breath ability, I'm not going to force you to,
it's
but
bad.
I
Trust me.
guess we're going to have to figure out another way to get you back to wherever it is you came from then.
I guess so. I don't know. I just don't know how. I mean, you guys say you've done it for years. You said, right? You're an expert. You know how to do this. Teach me.
Yeah, yes, it's true. I mean, usually we find a bookmark that takes you back to your place. And normally we would all just gather at the library and try to brainstorm how to solve that problem. Oh, well, that could be something we could do.
We could
I
go
don't
back to the
know.
library. That's true. I'm not sure if anyone's there, but we could use the phones.
That is true.
Okay. These are words I'm familiar with. What's going on? Okay, library phones. Okay. Um,
Yeah,
we got a
that's probably
plan.
the best idea. Um,
Cool.
Frankie will pull out kind of like his Rolodex of probably bookmarks that he carries with him.
Hmm.
And then he's like flipping through. He's like, okay, let's see which is the one to take us back to the library. Oh, it's this one. Okay. And then he'll focus and use his sonic abilities to activate his bookmark
Yeah.
that then opens like a portal
Yes.
on one of the walls in the ship. And it's like, here, see,
Oh
we go
my.
through this and it will take us to the library. I don't know. Maybe Sam isn't there. He likes staying there a lot. I don't know.
Sam? Okay,
He's like
lot of people
another
should.
smart one. He's always one with plans.
Oh,
Him and Black Powder.
oh, that would be. I think that would be helpful. Maybe I don't know. Well, we can try. I don't have any better ideas. I don't like. I don't want to force you guys to do this if you don't want to do this. Like,
No, this is what we do. We help each other out. We find each other's bookmarks and then we send each other home. And then you come back for dinner. We have
that would be
family
nice.
dinners. Yeah, just come follow. And then Frankie will actually go ahead and like walk through the portal
Yeah.
first.
Uh, After you, Victor says.
Sure. I mean, age before beauty, right?
Sure. You'll
Duck my
go
head
through.
in.
Yeah, you can. Sure. You can duck your head in, and I think Victor's going to encourage you to go in with him. He'll go behind you. And when you emerge on the other side of the portal, you'll find yourself into this really large. I guess it looks like a house by this point. A really large house. I wouldn't say it's as big as Gabriel's house, but it's still very well furnished. There's like a living room with like an entertainment center. There's a big giant like cozy fireplace with a bookshelf and really comfortable couches. There's what looks to be signs that are suggesting that there's some sort of luxury bathroom with like a sauna. There's a full-on kitchen on the other
Oh,
side.
wow.
And then like a spiral staircase that leads you downstairs. So if you want to explore more, you can certainly explore more. But that's what you see in the immediate vicinity right now. Oh, and there's also a big giant like bookshelf that seems to have a few select books on it. And I don't know if Frankie specifically had added anything to the Athenaeum since we last saw him, if he decorated. I don't know, but
No, but he immediately goes to the kitchen and starts pulling out some food. Hey, you're
Nice.
hungry. Do you want anything? This kitchen will give you anything you want. Here, try it. Open the door. Open the door to the refrigerator. Whatever you want.
Am I still a dragon? I should
yes,
say.
so that's the other thing. When you come into the Athenaeum proper, you are back to forest, fully clothed. You're back
Fine,
you're
that
back to
happens
forest, fully clothed.
Frankie also changes to
And-
his normal look
Yes.
Which is
he is like in his kind of sci-fi armor getup. He's still very blue. No scarring whatsoever though. That's all gone. But he is certainly an enormous like 6'3",
Yeah.
255-pound like hunk of a man.
And Victor also looks less rugged. His features are smoother, et cetera, et cetera. So, yeah, try the kitchen.
yeah.
Just go up to the fridge.
All right.
Frankie's already
Anything?
eating something.
It's better if you see it for yourself.
I'm going to go to the refrigerator and I'm going to think.
You will go to the refrigerator, and as you reach it, the refrigerator morphs into the refrigerator that you have at your apartment. The exact replica of your fridge from your apartment.
This is a magic library.
Yes, you'll open the fridge, and it basically will contain whatever the heck ingredients you need based on whatever food item you were thinking of making or preparing.
Oh, wow.
See?
This is like something Gabriel would have. Like, how does it work?
We still don't know, to be honest.
Oh, that's lovely.
It's a good question. I think it's more magic than science, and that's not really my realm.
Like Gabriel.
It was written to be this way. Just leave it at that.
Written.
The fridge basically adapts to whoever uses it, basically. Wherever world you're from, it'll just provide what you're used to, I guess.
Okay.
See, it means we still have to find your bookmark, because you clearly come from another book.
For sure.
Oh.
This kind of proves it.
Maybe it's on the book in the library that's on the shelf. And Frankie will go over there and kind of like see if there's anything there that's new.
Yeah, you'll go ahead and Frankie will go ahead and look, and there doesn't seem to be a new book there, which is odd, very strange and odd. A bit of a puzzle. And while you're doing that, I'm just curious, what would you say the fridge was stocked with when you opened it for us?
I was immediately thinking French toast. So there would be a bunch of like whole wheat bread, there'd be eggs, milk, vanilla, all the ingredients to
Right.
make.
And since you're lactose intolerant, everything in there is dairy free. Everything is dairy free,
Just like at home.
just like at home.
It's amazing.
Wait till you see the downstairs. We have a pool, we have a pool table, and well, the bedrooms are the Frankie's friends, but it's still very well furnished.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Frankie's friends. Okay. Wait, you're not his friend?
I mean, they kind of were the ones who got us all together to begin with, so we kind of refer to them as their own specific group.
I think I kind of got one of those going along. Maybe.
Maybe? What do you mean, maybe?
Well, I mean, we kind of fell apart just like recently. I don't know where anybody is. We all got separated.
But what happened? Explain it. Did you touch something you were not supposed to touch?
We weren't really touching anything. We were just in somebody else's mind. And a memory kind of attacked us. And I breathed my breath weapon, and then things kind of broke.
I know all about crazy memories, trust me.
You know, you say that, and I'm not sure if I want to ask.
Well, I was never in a position where my memories separated me from my friends, but I guess I understand a little bit. But again, where could they have gone? Maybe they went to the other worlds, Victor.
I saw multiple books, so I don't know.
It's possible.
Usually we know where we have to go, someone's world. But we don't know how to get to your... Well, you must have, otherwise you wouldn't be here. Wait, are you from the outside? Are you a writer? Do you write books?
No.
Do you know anyone named Dan by any chance?
Who? Do I know
That's
Dan?
the only other person we've met. But they were also written to be to represent someone from not here.
Out of character, I don't think you know anyone named Dan. Maybe there was a kid named Dan in your orchestra, but you have a feeling that's not what they're talking about.
Victor, could he be from the outside?
Possible, but
music.
Hard to tell.
I mean, we also didn't think we were from books until we had to see it for ourselves. That's why I was trying to find your book on the shelf. Normally it's there and you flip the pages and then you're in and you're like, hi.
Doesn't sound familiar. I mean, I write music. Do you guys have an album section instead of books? Maybe we can find me there.
See, that says star again. That's the music person. I'm okay with music, but just if it's a cowbell, an electric one.
If you're into music, you totally would love Star's World for sure.
Would I?
Mm-hmm.
Do you? How's your singing? That's one of the charms of Star's World. You just find yourself breaking out the song just randomly.
And then you turn into a real animal. I mean, well, you were already an animal. You know what I mean. You become another animal.
Yes. I mean, I guess. I don't really break out into music much. I just write it a lot, and I conduct for orchestra, and I love it. I do.
Maybe we could go to Star's World and see if one of his friends ended up there.
I do remember multiple books. I think maybe they fell into different books. Maybe.
That would be strange.
Well, I used a really strange, weird power, so it makes sense, at least to me.
But you're saying that you did it in a memory?
It's complicated is not the least of a definition I could give you to make any sense. For all I know, this could be some mad fever dream, and we're laying on the floor of Gabriel's library, or not library, office, or wherever he had his father. I don't remember. Are you even real? Like, I don't know. This seems like really vivid for a dream, too. I killed someone once. Maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Well,
Do you feel bad about it?
It wasn't me that did it, but it wasn't. And also, I guess I also did kill somebody by accident.
Well, that sometimes happens.
hey,
I didn't mean it.
None of us are going to judge you. We've all kind of had to do some drastic things as well.
I'm sure you have. I'm not going to doubt that. I just have a crossroads ahead of me, and I'm not sure which road I'm supposed to go down. Some of it probably involves some very bad things.
It's going to be at this point where the phone booth, one of the phones in the phone booths actually starts ringing. The phone back in Black Powder's world is ringing.
Oh,
is that for you?
yeah, maybe something's happening on the ship. I don't know. Let's see.
Let's make sure it's in ship shape.
So
right?
if I remember correctly,
Was it just a message?
it was just a message in a bottle.
But that's what I was
So
saying. Like that
basically,
was just a message.
I remember. So basically, but there's like
Yeah.
a light that flashes.
Yeah,
There's like a light
yeah.
flash that says that something's
Boom.
there. So you're
It's
gonna
like a
go over
bottle.
there,
Boom.
like a bottle. A bottle will pop out. You'll take the bottle out. It looks freshly written. It's
Yeah.
in Jim's handwriting, and it says, "Captain, you need to come back to the ship quickly. Something terrible's happened."
Oh, we have to get back to the ship.
What's going on? Victor asks.
That's old-fashioned. Message in a bottle.
It's urgent, and I flipped the note around. It's urgent. We just have to go back real quick.
Can I read what it is, or is it like a different language?
You can read it. You can read it. Yeah.
Wow.
If you don't mind, we probably were gonna have to put a rain check on going to Stars World, at least until we figure out what this issue is.
Okay. Well, I would be happy to help, I think, as long as I don't have to kill anything.
Hopefully not.
Okay,
But-
good.
Hopefully not.
Who
Well,
knows
you
really what
seem
this
to be like on a ship, and you seem to be. I'm thinking maybe there's like a pirate thing going on, and maybe you guys aren't like great, but I'm already kind of in the middle of it all.
Oh, we're not
You sh-
pirates.
Oh, okay,
We're not
good.
pirates.
Sure, that's exactly what pirates say.
We don't like to call it that. Anyways, and then he like rips out like the bookmark and throws it into the bowl for Black Powder's world. Hold on.
Whoa!
You'll go in and it'll be like the same sensation that you had entering here, sort of like a sense of falling, very portkey-like, pulled from the navel, etc., etc. And you'll eventually end up back on the ship, and you're going to be, in the kitchen again, and you can certainly hear some commotion upstairs. Like some of the crew are just talking amongst themselves, but in a ominous way, I guess I'll say.
Ooh.
I go immediately upstairs.
So is
What is
everybody
going
crammed
on?
in a single space with a dragon?
You're going to go up, and so, well, let me introduce it this way. All three of you will go up, and the first thing that you're probably going to notice right in front of you is that there's this big giant laser pointer? A big giant laser pointer attached to the front of the ship. Not really sure why, but the laser pointer is pointing forward right now. And to your surprise, Forrest, there's this big, massive cat. This big, large cat that's actually attached to this ship. Out of character, this is what we refer to as the catkin. But yeah, it's basically part cat, part tentacled sea monster, basically. And it's leashed to the ship, which you presume is the thing that was pulling the ship. But the strange thing is, Frankie, the catkin has been turned to stone. It is now completely frozen and turned to stone. The other thing that you're going to see is that the whole crew is like surrounding, sort of like huddled around, and they look very troubled. And Jim sees you immediately, says, "Captain, Captain, Victor, come quick, over here."
What has happened to Catkin?
It's not just Catkin, sir. And the crowd like parts, and Whitebeard is like completely frozen in stone as well, looking towards the same direction that the Catkin was facing, is facing right now too.
Oh no.
Well, that's not good. Does anyone see what happened? Sorry, Victor. Sorry, Captain. Nobody witnessed it. We're just getting ready for supper, and then we heard some splashing upstairs. When we all went up to go see what was happening, we saw Whitebeard and Catkin like this.
What does this kind of thing?
I know that in mythology there's a few creatures that can turn things to stone, like Medusa, Cockatrice. Those are some things off the top of my head. I don't really know for sure if there's a way we could reverse this. Maybe we have to find whatever it is that turned them into this and destroy it, which may require some killing. Maybe? He says, looking at Forrest.
Do I know, like, what's going on here?
Roll a nature check.
That would just be a 4.
Okay.
Well, 5.
You're not really sure.
That's a problem. I might be able to help.
Really?
Maybe. I don't know.
Has the ship like come to a stop, or what has happened here exactly?
Effectively, because the ship's attached to the Catkin, and the Catkin is stone, so effectively, yes, it's come to a stop. You can definitely detach yourself from the Catkin and just continue on manually.
Right, but we wouldn't do that. Did it just happen? Is this something that happened like a few seconds ago?
No? We found out about this 15 minutes ago. I would say you were probably in the library for a good 30 minutes, at least. A good half hour. So I would actually say it happened when the sun had set and it was hard to see anything. So it's actually pretty dark right now.
So it's dark now.
It's dark now, correct.
Man positions. Light the lights. We need to see if the enemy is still around.
Okay. Whatever
but
it
be very
is.
careful.
I don't know what did this. It doesn't seem like it's good. And if it could do that to that creature and that guy before anyone could even know, how do we know that it couldn't do that again?
It's a good question. I don't know.
What's a Medusa?
It's a mythological creature, part woman, part snakes in their hair, and if they look at you, if they gaze at you, you turn to stone.
Oh, that's lovely.
We actually know somebody who's a Medusa, but she's not that type of a Medusa. She's a different type of Medusa that doesn't turn you to stone. She just makes it so you can't cast magic anymore, basically. But you should be fine if you're not magical. You're not magical, are you?
I don't know. It's sort of magic, sort of not, but like at the same time it is, but then it's like, it's mental stuff? And I'll connect to his mind and be like this? Like, I didn't cast any spells? It's not magic in my world? Maybe it is in yours?
Whoa, so you are psionic.
I guess. I mean, that's what it's called in my world. Psionic? A little bit, maybe?
Well, we do the same.
Oh, you do?
Yes. See, I can move things. And he'll like levitate something across the deck.
Yeah, telekinesis, levitate.
Oh, I'll do the same thing.
Oh,
Whoa! Looks like you two have a lot more in common than you thought, Victor says.
We're like siblings from another. I don't know. We're
don't know either.
two peas in a pod. I'm not good at analogies.
But you said that you can. Could you read minds? I've just started learning.
Not really. I
No.
can read emotions.
I can communicate a little bit. Is there a way for me to try to read any kind of surface thoughts from Whitebeard?
Yeah, go ahead. Roll your psionic. The good news is you actually can collect some surface thoughts. It's muted, but the surface thoughts that you're getting from Whitebeard right now is, well, first of all, help. That's like the first thing. First of all, help. Second of all, large. Third, serpent. Large serpent is what it's saying. Large serpent.
And do I pick up sort of on like the panic and fear coming off of him?
Yes, you can sense that. You can sense that.
Okay. Well, there's something there, so that's good, right? He's
Right,
not dead yet. Maybe I shouldn't have said that.
I have to do some research then, Victor says.
Yes, please, because I've never encountered this kind of. I don't even know if this is some sort of affliction or curse or something. There's a lot of curses that happen in this world.
That's true.
Try something. I'm gonna kind of walk up and press my snout to Whitebeard's forehead.
Sure.
And I'm going to do my little healing touch. It
You
does
can.
have restorative. It does have a restorative modifier, which
Yeah.
does injury, disease, and poison, but it doesn't say anything about petrification.
Give it a try. I want to see what you get, what you roll.
Okay.
If you roll really high,
Can restore points equal to your rank to the affected traits. I'm just gonna make a healing check. Oh, that's a 3.
okay. All
Plus
right.
4, which is 7, but no!
Okay.
Um,
You attempted something, but it wasn't quite enough. Do you have any of your cards, Arcana cards, maybe, that might help you? You can use your, those are fair game, any of your Arcana cards.
I keep forgetting I have those.
If you want, I wanted to do some downtime RP while Victor is researching with you, so you can certainly decide later if there's a card that you can attempt to help you, like, solve this mystery.